Well, hey everyone, it's Brandy, and you are watching Abstract Crafter. For today's craft and chat video, I thought we would do some rock painting. I attempted to do this video once before with no success, unfortunately, but I don't perceive any problems. We're going to do it with some of these beautiful Posca pens. So, if that sounds good to you, and you're curious what I have to chat about, then just keep on watching and we will get right into that as soon as we roll those intro credits. Why, hello friends. We're back. That was a quick intro. So we're gonna do some rock painting, which is something that I quite enjoy. I usually have the sample to show you of the one I found, the only one I've ever found, but it's not able to be disclosed at this moment. But I have something else that I can share with you to kind of give you an idea. So I had actually picked up this kit a while back for like $5 from Walmart during Christmas time. That's how long ago I bought this and attempted to do this. We're not actually going to use the paints from this because they are really like cheapy. These are what you get. They're just little pots, and I don't want to use them. It does have a nice variety of. Oh, it's got some glitter glue. Maybe we'll use that. We'll see. But it does have a nice variety of stones in here, but they're really tiny, most of them, which is part of the reason that I didn't want to end up using this kit, because I thought this is really kind of a waste, because you typically paint these so that you can hide them or put them in your garden, but who's going to want to paint something like this? Look at how, I mean, you're going to absorb a lot of paint right into that. And some of these other ones are just as equally bad. So overall, you don't want to depend on the rocks if you get this kit. You really don't want to depend on the paint either. The biggest rock it came with was this round one here, which is okay. I'll give them that. And the other two big ones that I would even consider good enough for painting are these two here. And as you can see, they all have these weird, like, rusty, poopy colored stains on them. And this one's like really pretty, like that white quartz color. I don't think it's actual quartz, but that's what it reminds me of. So instead, my family and I went to one of the many, many beaches in my area. Oops, and see, there's even dog hair coming out of there. Gross. Put those out of the way. And we got many, many sizes of these big giant rocks like this, and I pre-painted them because that took a long time in itself. Some of them needed more than one coat, some only needed one, like this one only needed one coat. This beautiful dark purple one only needed one, and this blue one here. I even attempted to do an ombre, which I made a boo-boo on it, so that'll have to get covered if I choose to use that side. I tried to pick rocks that had a fairly flat side on one side, and even if it did have a little bit of texture, something that I felt I could paint a design over. And then this beautiful one. This one was like a 6 or 7 coater. And I thought I wanted to do a couple mini ones. So these are nice and round, flat on both sides, so I have good choice between, you know, which ones I want to do. Some of them I got because they sat up by themselves. This gold one that I did, I thought I was being clever. I thought it would look really cool, but it took so many coats, and it took forever to dry. I did a traditional black one, just because that's what you see a lot of people that do rock painting tend to paint them black. I don't like to be like the rest of them folks. We probably won't get through all of these, but we'll give it a good go, and I won't talk too much about the rocks as we're doing it, because I have some other awesome news to share with you. But I will, if I have a design in mind for the rock, I'll kind of talk to you about that. Otherwise, I'm kind of going in with an open mind. And as he said in the intro, I bought these Posca paint pens. I bought every color that I could, or the biggest pack I could. There's a lot more than this, but this was, I don't even remember, it's like a 30 pack or 27 pack or something. But I seen these, like, YouTubers have been reviewing these left and right, so I caved in and I got them, and I do not regret that. They are very expensive, but I used them on some other projects besides this, and I thought that they were well worth the cost. I don't remember exactly right now, so it looks like I got 5, 10, 15, 21. That's an odd number to get, but that's okay. I got a pastel pack is what it broke down to. I got the primary pack, and then I did get an additional gold and silver, which I thought would look really good on this black one. Now supposedly these can write over any color, so we will see. My daughter has done a rock in this, but I can't show you because it's not completed in this using these and the similar method that we're going to use. So we'll kind of be doing that too, seeing if these are good. I'll link that kit below if you might, you know, want it for whatever reason. I think it would be a good kit for kids. I just think what I was looking for in particular, it wasn't a good fit. And I will definitely link these Posca pens, and they will be in my Amazon influencer page. I think there's a shopping list called Crafty Stuff, something like that. I'll link them there. So I'm gonna pause and get zoomed in and decide. I think we're gonna start with this rock. I for sure want to try to do at least these two and these two little ones. And I am so sorry if you can hear my neighbor mowing. How dare he pick right now, of all times, to mow his lawn? I'm just kidding. All right, so let me get more situated and zoomed in and all that fun stuff, and we'll paint rocks, and I'll talk to you about my exciting news. If you read my community post, you'll know what that means. If not, I have some exciting news to share with you. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I think I'm good. I'm zoomed in. My neighbor is mowing, so hopefully we don't pick up on that because he's just cutting into my filming time. So this one, I want it to say welcome. It's as simple as that. I have a couple X's there so I know where to stay, because when I'm zoomed in sometimes I forget my limitations. I do have a bit of a shadow being cast from the rocks. I can't avoid it right now. The reason I chose this one as a welcome rock is because it can sit up, and that's exactly what I will want it to do when it gets to its future home. I won't be doing a whole lot of decorating on the other side, except for, well, you'll see a couple little elements. And since this one is fairly simple, I think I want to write it in white. I think that'll have the biggest impact. I do have paper underneath versus my cloth, so that if I need to like wipe off the tip or get the ink flowing, I can do that. So I only have the 0.7 millimeter Posca pens. They're quite thin, they have quite the fine point, so I'll have to work within that limitation, but hopefully it won't make too much of a difference. And at the same time, this will be kind of my way of reviewing this. Like I said, I have used this on a canvas before. It was a canvas with a printed picture on it, and they worked okay on there, but I've heard nothing but good things. So I kind of want to make it a little whimsical, and I only have one shot because it will very quickly, you know, if I can't erase my mistakes. One way you could do something so that if you made a mistake and you wanted to be able to wipe it off is you could clear coat this first with like a Mod Podge or a clear sealer or something like that, but I don't want to do that. Well, I mean, if I have to, I guess I will, but so yeah, I just want it to be very simple and say welcome. And I kinda want to go in a more whimsical writing fashion. We'll see how well I do. So the reason I want to make this little welcome rock is because we're moving. We have bought a house, and that means a lot of good things for the future of Abstract Crafter and my family. Excuse me. And so many things. So we have not moved in yet. We're still like in the process. We haven't closed yet. We will close very soon. And let's see, I want to kind of, you'll see why I'm making these weird little edges in a minute. Let's see, how do I want to make, but yeah, so the new house, I'm going to have my own filming area. 2 of them actually. 2 separate spaces, depending on what I need to do in the video. Alright, so that's simple now, yes. But we're going to fancy this thing up. We're going to take a couple of pinks, maybe this coral color. I don't want to overdo it, but then I do want my 2 green colors to make some leaves. And then, I don't know, I have these 3 yellows and this orange that I could use as centers. I suppose I might even be able to get a light purple in there. I don't know if that would be pushing the purple. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to be able to have little, 2 little filming areas, as I said. And I'll be able to actually have a good, like, filming schedule, I guess. Could say it that way. And I will not be limited on the types of videos I can do anymore. I'll have so much space, it's unreal. Besides having the 2 filming areas, I'm going to have my own garden. I haven't been able to properly garden in years, mostly because the space I do have, the animals kind of get to. And the dog likes to eat the flowers, the cats like to destroy the leaves, vice versa. They just don't like flowers in my yard, apparently. So, the dog's gonna actually have a big yard. I don't know if you've been with me for a while, you'll know that I have talked to you a little bit about the size of my yard being super tiny. And it's kind of a shared yard. And he'll have tons and tons of space to run around. There's a little section of the yard that's gated off, and that's where I'm going to put a huge garden. So I'm actually considering making a second channel closer to next summer, because I won't be able to do anything this summer, really. Not too much. But I was debating on having a second channel called Abstract Lifestyle to kind of, you know, do some more of that kind of stuff on that channel. But we'll see. It just kind of depends on the way that my audience, you guys, you know, want the direction of the channel to go. I'll be able to get back into some diamond painting, and I realized just as I put this color down that I shouldn't have until this first pink color was dry. They are paint pens after all. They're not really markers. They're more paint pens. And that will look a little silly until I get this all done. Let's let that dry a little bit before I keep making more and more mistakes. And you know, if I really don't like it, I'll just paint over the whole thing. I just want to make a little bit of details on these leaves. Cute! And let's see, so the house also has like a full basement. That's where we're gonna put my older son Gavin. And see, I'm gonna make a little vine coming off of this that goes over the top. I might have to come back and thicken that. I have to fix that flower. That flower is not remaining in that condition. And so yeah, the full basement. My son will be down there. You know, he's gonna be 20, so it'll be nice for him to have his own space. So, you know, until he decides what it is he wants from his life, you know, he'll be able to have extra space for him and his friends to hang out. If he decides to go to school, there'll be plenty of room for him to, you know, have a place to study. It actually has 2 bathrooms, which is something I'm really excited about. And then, of course, it has the full living room with a nice big office for Adam and I. And it's got upstairs, there's an extra bedroom that's a little smaller. It kind of looks like it was originally a nursery. And we're going to make that into like a classroom for Haley and Talon, since they are online schooled, as most of you probably know. So they'll have a nice little place where they can go and feel like they're in school all day. I'm going to decorate it all cool, like make it look more like a classroom. And that's also going to be where we're going to have the art supplies and the art, like the craft art stuff. The craft stuff's going to be separate. So, because I don't know, some stuff can be considered either or, but I have some stuff that's more dedicated craft that I wouldn't want to go into a shared area, like an art area would be, where, and now it's mostly where we're going to have like markers, crayons, paper, a place for my daughter to draw, a place where we can work on, you know, art stuff together. I don't know, it's really exciting. So there's going to be a lot of videos coming up in the future that will be like organizing, gardening, because I love gardening. I haven't been able to do it for like 7 years, but I love gardening. The whole yard needs to get redone. Well, it probably could be okay, but what I think happened, because the house is very well taken care of. The owner that lived there really had a lot of pride in this house, and he was a little bit of a home handyman, some would call it. And he did a lot of the repairs and stuff himself, so the house has been very well kept up. And he was an older gentleman. He actually ended up passing away just last week, which is really sad. And we'll get back to that side in a minute. And the house looked like I said, it was really well kept up. They had all kinds of really beautiful gardening areas and stuff like that. And I think that the wife must have passed away first. And then he just kind of got older and couldn't take care of the house as well. And the gardens kind of they're all like dead and dying, and you know, we're just gonna color right over that dark pink. I didn't like that, and then I'll do something different to make this flower a little bit better. I just don't like the way that ended up looking. I had a different idea in mind. Like I said, I haven't really used these other than on a canvas, so we'll figure it out. Maybe it'll just have little teeny tiny petals. I did plan on putting a couple different flowers on here. So anyway, so that's kind of what I think happened. And then I think it was her that did the gardening and all that stuff. So I think once she passed away, he kind of let it all go. So a lot of the plants need some TLC, and I think I'm just gonna pull a lot of them out and redo it and do my own thing. But I'll be able to do tons of organizing and all that fun stuff. So I'm really excited about that possibility of being able to do that. And I'm going to kind of take this green marker and go alongside of it, and then I'm going to add some leaves to this vine. Kind of want them to cross over each other. And I might have to come back in and sharpen up the dark green line, but at least both of them will be kind of laid down. It's kind of hard to draw when I can't like look right over. So that's my big news. Yeah, there'll be a lot of videos, and I do plan on getting back into the diamond painting. I can't even talk. I actually wanted to start my wedding one so that I could have it, my custom that I had done forever ago, so I could have it for the new house, but I know we'll probably be in there and start moving in like a month, and I need way more time than a month to get going on it and have the time with moving and everything else. I'm just not going to have that kind of time to dedicate right at this moment. See, I think I'll go with this darker yellow. I like this one. I think that'll go nicely. I guess I could line them together up on the paper. Ew, so cute. I didn't want a whole lot of detail in this one since it will be in a garden anyway. And it's kind of jagged right where I'm putting this flower. A little jagged. We'll add a little quick like detail into that. That's probably not even going to be noticeable to most people. We'll come back to that. Let's see what to do about that big blobby I just added there. So a few other little things channel wise. So I did plan on having a different schedule for this week. Today's video was supposed to be the giveaway video. That will be moved till tomorrow. So make sure you come back and check out the video tomorrow. It's a pretty cool review and giveaway. I will tell you right now, it has to do with acrylic pour painting. So if you are more interested in that, then you'll definitely want to come back for that video, because I have a pretty cool thing to give away in that video. See, now I need to learn when to just stop and leave things alone, because I'm making these flowers bigger than I wanted them to be. Okay, just stop. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I kind of wanted to go back in and do some shading on that, but like I said, we're going to leave it alone. I could try and just going... making a very whimsical rose. But I'm probably actually going to add some leaves onto that. Or some petals, some really small petals. I don't know. If I don't like it, like I said, I'll end up painting over it. This will be in the garden, so you won't really notice a whole lot. I think it looks just fine. It's a little bit more than I kind of wanted, but it'll do, it'll do, it'll do. And then I'll do like some bigger petals. My petals will look a little funny, but you know what? Nature's not perfect, so I don't need to be either. Some of these rocks I did want as quote rocks. Some of them I wanted as mandalas. I've seen a lot of really cute mandalas done on rocks, but that'll do. Let's just leave that alone. I'm gonna come back in with the white and just try to thicken up the lines a little bit. This one kind of got lost in the flower, so I just want to make it a little bit thicker. Not so much so that it takes over the little ugly flower up in the corner, but yeah. So yes, giveaway is coming. I ended up getting off schedule. I have I'm not gonna make any excuses as to why, because I just honestly kind of forgot what the day was. Even though I made the posting things just kind of got out of control for me. So honestly, that's just where my head was, and I had a lot going on. Obviously, with buying a new house and the beginning of summer vacation, we have a lot of stuff going on around here. You know, filming was becoming harder and harder to do around here. It still is. It's not easy for me to A, find the time, and B, well, no, that's pretty much it. There is no B to that. My brother had moved in, as I had mentioned to you in a previous video, and filming just wasn't easy. I don't really want to, like, I usually would talk, like, when my mom went to sleep, but, you know, it just got harder to do with my brother being here, and I wasn't comfortable, like, talking in front of him. So now that won't even be an issue. I'll whenever I want to film, I'll be able to film. I won't have to think about it. And a lot of times when that would happen, I would kind of lose track of what I was going to film in the first place. So I noticed that my letters are getting thicker and thicker, so I better rein that back in, or I'll be going back and making all of them bigger. But it has been nice with the kids being done with school for the summer. So they're pretty excited. Initially, had talked about moving out of this town, and we had this kind of ridiculous criteria of what a house needed to have. It needed to have at least 4 bedrooms. I can't remember the acres that my husband had mentioned, and it needed to have at least 2 bathrooms. I'm getting old. I can't wait for all these kids to take showers all the time. So it needed to have at least 2 bathrooms. Now this one only has 1.5, but that's fine. I don't need 2 showers. I need 2 toilets. Y'all know why. I'm not going to get too graphic on that one. And in this town, oh, and it needed to be under a certain price point. Because in this town, that's not exactly easy to come by. So we initially thought we would have to look for a house outside of my hometown. And just all of a sudden one day, this house popped up, and anybody who's also buying a house at this time knows that it is a seller's market right now. So houses are going quickly. People are making bigger offers than the asking price. And we actually ran into a competing offer. Luckily, ours was better. I'm debating if I need to color in those petals. I think I should. I guess we'll see if it ruins it. I just wanted to let the other ones dry. We'll see. So yeah, I am really excited. I've been kind of wanting to do like some kind of organizing type videos, but I just never had the space to accommodate setting up my camera to be able to do that. It's not even so much about me not wanting to be on camera. It's been really more about being able to set up so that I could film such a video. And that's not going to be a space. We kind of made that when we went and looked at the house before we even made an offer. That's one of the first things that went through my head was, does this place have any kind of space that I could use? But now I even have a yard where I can do some stuff outdoors. One of the series that I'm going to start almost right away when we get in there is going to be thrift store makeovers. It's something I used to do before I moved into this house, whereas I would buy mostly furniture. I've mostly done like old wood furniture and worked on that and remade it, sanded it down, and either painted or stained it. And I guess that was really unnecessary to do. We'll have to go back in and fix that one, or I will. I think I'll just make these petals thicker instead of coloring them completely in. So that's a series I plan on picking up. I plan on getting back into diamond painting. It will still not be the main focus of my channel. And I realize that that will make things harder going forward with my channel, as far as I built my audience mainly on diamond painters. But I've been told more than once that people are just happy to support me in whatever it is that I decide to do. So I'm hoping that that will still be true. I think you guys will like what I have to offer. Yeah, I'm a pretty crafty DIY kind of person, so I'm hoping to come up with some more types of DIY videos as well, dollar store DIYs, but for sure that series on thrift store makeovers, it's going to be one of the first ones I do. I'm pretty excited about it. I think I'm just going to color this whole center in dark pink. And then I'll just add some like dots into it afterwards. I just think there's too much going on with that particular flower, but I'll add like little, you know, dots that you'd see in the center of a flower. I don't know what kind of flower it is that I just drew here. It doesn't, I don't really like it. I'm not particularly happy with it, but that's okay. I don't want to spend too much more time on this one. I kind of want to make sure I get a couple of different styles of rocks done. But so far, it's pretty cute. I just want to finish up this vine while that dries. And I was going to add some leaves, but I don't know that it really needs it at this point. I think I'll just add in, or thicken up this dark green line and kind of go from there, I suppose. So yes, so if you just bear with me for a little while longer as far as, you know, my upload schedule and stuff. I've been trying to come up with a steady 2 days. It hasn't always worked out the greatest for me, but once we get into the new house, I will have that. I'll be able to film it, like I said, anytime I want. You have no idea how much it's gonna change the quality of the videos, the content of the videos. So yeah, and let me know if you want me to do that second channel, lifestyle channel. I would do stuff like more stuff with Tyrion, like his grooming and his walks would go over to that channel. I like to do yoga, so I could, you know, you could go on this weight loss journey I'm about to embark on with me, and we could, I don't know, I could do like daily vlogs on that channel to kind of keep you informed of that kind of stuff. You could take journeys with me. Anything. The possibilities are really endless when it comes to that. And I'm just going to add a few little dots to this flower just to give it some detail, and then this flower is done as well. So you can't really see. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but enough. And I intended for this to be a fairly simple flower. I didn't really intend for it to be like the big flower there. That was supposed to be a little baby flower. Oh well. It'll get me in the mood for the mandala one. Okay. I think I'll add I don't think it really needs anything else. No, I think I'll just leave it alone for now. We'll call this one done. It needs to be glazed and whatnot, but for now, I'm calling that one done. You don't need to do a whole lot of work to it. Oh, the one thing I am going to add to the very bottom of it is my name, or my initials, and the year. If you're a part of a rock club, or where you hide and find, this might be the spot where you do that. So I'm just going to put BAL 2019. Simple. Very forgeable. So let's just kind of put that one off camera while I grab my next rock. I have no idea. I think I'm going to grab one of these little ones because I just wanted to do a very simple mandala with it. And you'll be able to see my little X's, but that's alright. Let's see. I definitely want this color, at least gold, and probably black, and then maybe this yellow. We'll go with those ones for now and see how it looks. Let me put these other ones away. I think we'll start with a gold dot, and then most of the dots that I do that'll be bigger because I'm going freehand. I'm not going to grab any tools or anything. They'll have a gold, what is called a top dot. So depending on how long this one takes me, this will probably be my last one. But I just want it to be super simple, and most mandalas have a bigger center. I need to get some ink out of this one. Oop, and there it is. Most mandalas have a bigger center circle. So I have to be very careful not to touch that one. That was a bigger blob of paint than I wanted. And the black will be mostly for smaller dots and accents. And I'm just going to have to imagine that there's lines on there. And let's make sure we got ink flowing out of these ones. There we go. I don't really know what else to update with. I've been working on my cross stitching, so my shoulder hurts super bad. I mean, some days I'm doing 8 hours of stitching. Oh, okay. Well, that one didn't work out now, did it? I'll have to repaint over that one. I'm going to take a brief intermission while I grab some tissue and clean up this ridiculous mess. I can't believe that just happened. I should have known better than to do that. Ugh. I'm learning here. I'm learning. We'll see if we can get a mandala on this one instead. I have to clean this one up though. So, I'm going to pause. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, we'll have to still look at the mess, but I did get a start on what I was trying to do to begin with. This rock is a little more slanted than I kind of wanted, but I had to just go with it. And again, this is freehand, so the dots won't be super perfect. I'll do my best, but everybody makes mistakes. So, let's see. So you'll have to leave me some ideas down below of what types of crafting videos you might want to see in the future. I'm open to anything. You know, if there's like a specific craft that you've been wanting to see, if you can't find reviews on something, I'm open to being a guinea pig, even. You know, I've never been shy about trying things or being the first to review something. I'm actually kind of fond of that. So let's see, I want to make sure that we got good flow on that. I'm going to try to do some smaller dots going around these pink dots that I got going on. And we'll just we'll start with one in the center of the pinky dots. And the spacing on these isn't exactly perfect either, but I kind of like that, and I just heard the roll of some thunder out there. So I'm just going to go back and make sure that there's enough paint. We do have a storm kind of coming by. I was hoping maybe it would pass. And I'm just going to try to get as many little dots around the pink as possible. And go from there. Yeah, some of these mandala rocks can take forever, and they are just gorgeous. And I would typically like to be a little bit more precise in my mandalas. But this is just me getting a feel for... I've never painted one on a rock before. But it's kind of the reason that I wanted to learn how to start drawing mandalas, was so that I could do these types. So you can already see that I'm a little bit off over here, but like I said, I'm just going to go with it. And I'm actually going to grab a light blue and make a smaller dot right above each of those green ones. Sometimes covering the yellow ones, but that way the yellow ones kind of takes up a little bit more space. And I could even, no, let's see, you can get pretty carried away with dot mandalas, and it's not hard to do. So then I think I'm gonna take, well, kind of ombre lightly out with the yellow, and I'm gonna go another round of dots, but kind of making it more, no, we'll just make a second row. So I'm just gonna follow that row of yellow dots that I got going on up there. And I know it's probably hard for you to see this one, but I will show you what I get done as soon as we are done with this rock. I'll show you kind of what it looks like, but please be kind. Like I said, this is my first one. It's already driving me nuts that it's not completely perfect, and that's my OCD talking to me like that, telling me it's not good enough because it's so uneven. But I think it'll still look really good in the garden. So I think now I'm going to go back in. I'm going to try to just stick to these few colors, and if I do any gold, it'll be over the tops of bigger dots. So I'm going to go back in with this green, and I'm going to do similar sized dots. I'll start smaller and just see what happens. I think I might need to get... This one is just very leaky. And it doesn't like to put out a whole lot. And then when I push on it, it kind of puts a lot out. But so far I am actually really impressed with these paint markers. They're extremely vibrant and very pigmented. And I could see why so many artists really like these pens. With the exception of the really cheap canvas that I was drawing on, it was like, I bought it at Aldi's. I don't know if you know what Aldi's is. It's like a grocery store. Well, it's not like a grocery store. It is a grocery store. And they had canvases with pre-drawn images on them, and they gave you gel pens in which to color them with. Well, they only gave like 6 colors of the markers, so, or the gel pens, excuse me. I got markers on the brain, and I just kind of wanted a little bit more variety, I guess. So I'm gonna go a little bit bigger, and then we're gonna make some dots go around these, and I'm trying to go a little bit higher than those green ones. See, it's on these bigger ones that you can really tell when I don't get a good circle. I blame the texture of the rock, not my skill. Excuse me. As you know, I don't really like to edit my craft and chats. See, I'm getting bigger in my circles, so I'm going to go back right now and make this one bigger. I do notice, though, because of the paint that I use underneath, that I do have to kind of wipe the tip off a little bit. Yeah, that's a little better, because it seems to clog these markers up, and that's probably actually what's happening with that green one. And I'm just going to turn this instead of trying to yeah, force it. I don't know, like I need it in a certain spot for to be able to see what I'm trying to do, I guess. So let's see, I think these two still need to be a tiny bit bigger. We'll just make one little pass around them, call that good. And then I'm gonna take, yeah, I do need to, it's the paint underneath that's really not good. It's actually the paint from the kit that's gonna be in the giveaway video tomorrow. It's good for what it was created for. It's not a craft paint, so whereas the ones that I used as craft paints, like these ones, I think it'll go over a little better because it's got a different feel to it as well. I don't know, this one, even this one was done in that same paint, but this one even feels more dry than the white. I don't know, the white just wasn't happy. So let's see, we want to go in with the coral. I do love this coral color. And I'm just gonna, I think I kind of want to do like a bigger dot on top of the blue and then radiate small around. We'll see how that goes. So I'll just make kind of a bigger circle. And then I'll just do normal pressure. And then I'll just put lighter pressure as I go down the side to almost no pressure at all. Yeah, that could be way better. Let's just keep going and see how it ends up looking. Obviously, I'm not entirely happy with these rocks, just because like I said, I think I could have planned it a little better, but that's okay. I'm always going to be harder on myself, so I don't blame you for being hard on me either. I'm trying to like make it look tapered. That's why I was saying very little to no pressure on that last dot. I mean, it looks okay as a whole. I don't know if you guys ever watch How I Met Your Mother. It's got like the cheerleader effect going on. Comment down below if you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of okay. I think once I get the yellow in, I'll probably just do one more layer on this and call it good. Just because I am not 100% happy with it, so there's no point in continuing to waste time, and for some reason I'm getting higher up and I'm encircling the blue instead of forming a petal around it. So let's just try to stop that from continuing to happen. Yeah, I have a lot of different ideas for more videos to do, but obviously I want your input too. I do really care about you guys a lot, so your opinion is extremely important, because without you, Abstract Crafter wouldn't continue to grow in the way that it has. Oh, I guess one last thing I do want to touch on is, if you read my description boxes, you may have noticed that there are a few different little links down there, PayPal links and such. And that's just for you. You know, if you don't want to contribute, you don't have to. Or that's just for me, I should say, not just for you. So the PayPal one, it's there if you want to help. If you don't worry about it. I've just been asked a few times how you can help, and by less than a handful of times. So it's not like it's a constant thing, but I know that's how a few other channels support themselves, is by doing a PayPal donation link. So I put that down there. You know, there's no obligation. All it does is help support the channel, to help it grow, to provide supplies for crafting stuff and whatnot. So honestly, I'm only bringing it up in case you're wondering why all of a sudden it was there. There is also a Sophie and Toffee link, which I do want to mention. I will be doing the follow-up video. I did an unboxing of that craft box, And I'll be doing a follow-up to that. Hopefully soon. I see what I'm doing wrong here. Well, the dots aren't in all the same spots, so it's when I try to go in with stuff like this to compensate, kind of just doesn't look right. Ugh. I just need to quit dogging on myself. It'll be fine. It'll be so small nobody will even notice it in the garden. Ugh. Sometimes I tell ya. And then, so sometimes there'll be a Sophie and Toffee coupon link down there. It is an affiliate link, but it, you know, I mostly got it to try to get the coupon for you guys if you wanted to save money. I don't know what, if anything, I earn from that. But again, that just goes right back into the channel to help support. So here's where we're at so far on this one. I think I'm going to go in with a gold overall layer around all of those, and then I'm going to do a couple of gold top dots. Maybe that's where I'll start with the gold top dots, so you know what I'm talking about. It's literally going over dots that are already there and kind of accenting them and making them stand out a little bit more. These are totally based on preference. Not everybody likes adding top dots. Sometimes people just like to see the plain color underneath. I'm not usually a big fan of top dots. I usually only use them when it comes to something like this, where it's the only, you know, I'm not doing multiple shapes or anything like that. It's all dots. I will go in to add some dimension to the dots this way. I've done one other dot mandala, and it was a practice one, and I mostly get have seen them in videos. And I hear the raindrops now. Well, too bad for Tyrion. I usually wait for my husband to get home, and then we take him on a walk together, and we talk about our day. We talk about, you know, progress, if any, on the house and stuff like that. Obviously we won't be doing that today. Even if the rain lets up, I don't really like walking Tyrion afterwards because he's a dog and he starts to stink. Alright, so I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do a couple of bigger dots in between each of the bigger coral dots, and then I'm going to come in with some smaller dots, and I'm just going to call that good. I was initially going to do a flower, like draw the petals out on this one, and this would just be a flower, but that was just kind of an idea. I didn't have anything set. I didn't have anything set in stone. So, yeah. I don't really have too much more to say right now. I, like I said, just kind of wanted to fill you guys in on the good news, let you know to watch tomorrow's video about the giveaway. It's not like in the beginning or at the end, it's kind of embedded. Actually, the information is kind of spread out throughout the video as for how the giveaway will be run and whatnot. I think I need a couple more dots. I think now I'm just overdoing it. Trying to fill this space. I think I'll probably end up going in with one more yellow layer to finish off the whole thing, and it'll just be I kind of want to just do a little loop around each one of the gold and coral petals to kind of make it look like little golden coral dots just to kind of make it look like little petals and to connect and finish it so it has an overall flowery shape that I kind of lost when I added the ugly golden. I'm not a big fan of gold as it is, but oh, I don't know if my camera's gonna pick that up, but there came the thunder. Yeah, I really screwed this one up. Partially because I was doing it on camera and I can't really see too well. Excuses, excuses. That's all it is. I'm not insanely proud of that one. I think I'm gonna come and just finish with one simple blue dot in between. I think next time I do a dot mandala on a rock, I will just go ahead and use proper dotting tools and do an actual dot mandala on a rock. They look so much better than this. I'm not doing the rock mandalas any justice right now. I'm sorry to anybody who does dot mandalas on rocks as it is. I gave your craft a bad name, so unfortunately that's where we're at. I mean, it looks okay, like I said, cheerleader effect, but I'll show you up close. And as much, oh no. We'll do my initials on the back, just so we know who to blame for this eyesore atrocity. So yeah, again, before I let you go completely, let me know what kinds of crafting videos you'd like to see. Let me know, you know, if there's any places you want me to review. It could be for anything. It could be diamond painting or for just crafting. I'm gonna try to get a cross-stitch chatting video up. I came up with a name, Join With Me, you know, because that's a synonym for stitching. I know it's dumb. I don't even know if I'll use it. You'll have to let me know what you guys think of that name for a stitching chat video, a Stitch With Me video. I could just call it a Stitch With Me, but I was trying to be different and call it Join With Me. Join With Me in chat, I think, is the name I had figured out. I always feel like I need catchy names for things. Anyway, yeah, let me know, like I said, any particular videos that you'd like to see when I do the the thrift store makeover series. Let me know if there's any specific types of furniture you want me to do, or any techniques that you would like to see done when it comes to remaking furniture, remodeling furniture, any of that stuff. I'm going to give you a close-up of this one really quick while the back of it dries. And we'll take a look at that other one up close, but so you can see my dots are pretty off, but again, from way down there, it looks kind of cute. And oh, I'm just going to throw it like that. How about that? And then this one. So I'm not the best drawer. This is my first go at the Posca paint pens. For some reason, I am much more confident with paint and paintbrush when it comes to painting. I've never painted with a pen, but this is what she is. So I got 2 done. I got to tell you the fun information. So like I said, make sure you tune in for tomorrow's video so you can enter that giveaway and find out how to enter. We'll do more of this in the future. And with that, I will let you go. So have an awesome day. Have fun crafting. Have fun doing whatever it is that makes you happy. I love you, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.